Using a Highleg delta panel for grounded circuits can present significant electrical hazards. A high light voltage of 208 volts can potentially cause overvoltages, possibly leading to equipment damage. Because of this, establishing a grounded neutral system directly from a Highleg panel is generally not recommended. For installing the duplex receptacles, one approach is to install a step-down transformer. As suggested by an NFBA specialist, a transformer can convert the existing 208-volt Highleg voltage down to the standard 120 volts. This conversion allows for a safer installation of standard duplex receptacles. Another option is to consider adding a separate subpanel. This subpanel would need to be fed from a safe voltage source, such as a 3-phase transformer. Once established, the subpanel can then provide the necessary power to the duplex receptacles in a safe and code-compliant manner. For the laundry room subpanel, a similar approach involving a step-down transformer is recommended. A transformer can be used to convert the 208-volt Highleg voltage to both 240 volts and 120 volts for the laundry room subpanel. This conversion ensures that the laundry equipment, lighting, and other devices receive the correct voltage levels. It is crucial to confirm that the chosen transformer has sufficient capacity to handle the total load of the laundry equipment, the lighting, and any other potential devices that will be connected to the subpanel. The transformer's volt-amp rating should exceed the anticipated load to prevent overloading and ensure reliable operation. For both the transformer installation and the new subpanel work, it is highly recommended that a licensed electrician perform the work. A licensed electrician can ensure compliance with all applicable electrical codes and safety standards, which is essential for preventing electrical hazards. Proper grounding must be established for both the duplex receptacles and the laundry room subpanel. Grounding is a critical safety measure that protects against electrical shocks and helps to prevent equipment damage. Additionally, consider installing arc fault circuit interrupters, also known as SIs, in both the duplex receptacle circuits and the laundry room subpanel. SIs provide an additional layer of electrical safety by detecting and interrupting arc faults, which can be a common cause of electrical fires. Keep detailed records of all electrical modifications that are made, including the specifications of the transformer, the wiring diagrams, and any permitted approvals obtained from local authorities. This documentation can be valuable for future maintenance, inspections, or any troubleshooting that may be required. When selecting a transformer, firstly determine the appropriate kilovolt amp, which is kVA rating. The kVA rating should be sufficient to handle the anticipated load of the receptacles in the laundry room equipment. Secondly, ensure that the transformer is compatible with the existing Highleg Delta system and that it provides the correct output voltages of 120 volts and 240 volts as needed. Thirdly, consider the transformer's efficiency. A more efficient transformer will minimize energy losses and reduce operating costs over time. When installing the transformer, firstly mount the transformer in a well-ventilated location to prevent overheating. Secondly, follow all manufacturer's instructions and local electrical codes for wiring and connections. Thirdly, use appropriately sized conductors and overcurrent protection devices to protect the transformer and the connected circuits. When wiring the subpanel, firstly, use appropriately sized conductors based on the ampacity requirements of the connected loads. Secondly, install circuit breakers of the correct amperage ratings to protect each circuit. Thirdly, ensure that all wiring connections are secure and properly insulated to prevent short circuits and electrical hazards. When grounding the system, firstly, connect the grounding electrode conductor to a suitable grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or a metallic water pipe. Secondly, bond all metallic enclosures and equipment to the grounding system to create a low impedance path for fault currents. Thirdly, test the grounding system to verify that it is functioning correctly and providing adequate protection against electrical shocks. When installing SIs, firstly, select SIs that are specifically designed for the type of circuits being protected, such as branch circuits or combination type SIs. Secondly, follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation and wiring. Thirdly, test the SIs after installation to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Regarding the Highleg delta system, it's important to understand its characteristics. In a Highleg delta system, one phase has a higher voltage to ground than the other two phases. This higher voltage, typically 208 volts, can be hazardous if not properly managed. The Highleg is often marked with orange-colored tape or paint to indicate its higher voltage. It is crucial to avoid using the Highleg for 120-volt circuits, as this can result in overvoltage and equipment damage. When working with a Highleg delta system, firstly, always use a voltmeter to identify the Highleg before making any connections. Secondly, ensure that all equipment is rated for the specific voltage levels present in the system. Thirdly, follow all applicable electrical codes and safety standards to prevent electrical hazards. If you are unsure about any aspect of working with a Highleg delta system, consult with a qualified electrician. Regarding electrical codes and standards, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations. It is essential to comply with the NEC and any local electrical codes when performing electrical work. Some relevant NEC articles include Article 250, which covers grounding and bonding, Article 310.15, which covers conductor ampacity, and Article 450, which covers transformers. It is also important to obtain any necessary permits from local authorities before starting any electrical work. Permit requirements vary depending on the location and the scope of the project. Inspections may also be required to ensure that the work is performed in accordance with the applicable codes and standards. If you are unfamiliar with electrical codes and standards, consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector. When selecting electrical equipment, such as transformers, circuit breakers, and wiring, ensure that it is listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or UL. UL listing indicates that the equipment has been tested and meets certain safety standards. Also, use only high-quality electrical materials from reputable manufacturers. Avoid using substandard or counterfeit products, as these can be unsafe and may not meet the required performance standards. When performing electrical work, always follow safe work practices. Firstly, to energize circuits before working on them by turning off the corresponding circuit breakers or switches. Secondly, use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. Thirdly, never work alone, and always have someone nearby who can assist in case of an emergency. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, hire a qualified electrician. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to leave it to the professionals. Regarding troubleshooting electrical problems, firstly, use a systematic approach to identify the cause of the problem. Secondly, start by checking the simplest things first, such as circuit breakers, fuses, and wiring connections. Thirdly, use appropriate test equipment, such as a voltmeter, ammeter, and ohmmeter to measure voltage, current, and resistance. If you are unable to identify or resolve an electrical problem, consult with a qualified electrician. Electrical problems can be complex and dangerous, and it is always best to seek professional assistance. Regarding electrical maintenance, perform regular inspections of electrical equipment and wiring to identify any potential problems. Tighten loose connections, replace damaged wiring, and clean electrical panels and equipment. Also, test ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, and emphasize regularly to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Electrical maintenance can help to prevent electrical hazards and extend the life of electrical equipment. Remember to always prioritize electrical safety. Electrical safety is paramount when working with electrical systems. Always follow safe work practices, use appropriate personal protective equipment, and consult with qualified professionals when needed. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of yourself and others. In summary, when dealing with a Highleg delta panel and the need for additional 120-volt receptacles in the laundry room subpanel, consider these key points. Firstly, understand the inherent safety concerns associated with Highleg delta systems, particularly the 208-volt Highleg. Secondly, implement solutions that mitigate these risks, such as using step-down transformers to provide safe 120-volt and 240-volt power. Thirdly, ensure that all work is performed by a licensed electrician in accordance with applicable electrical codes and standards. Fourthly, prioritize safety by following safe work practices, using appropriate personal protective equipment, and implementing measures such as grounding and off-size. Fifthly, maintain detailed records of all electrical modifications, including transformer specifications, wiring diagrams, and permit approvals. By adhering to these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and reliable electrical system for the fraternity house and the new laundry room. Remember that electrical work can be complex and dangerous, so it is always best to seek professional assistance when needed. A qualified electrician can assess the specific situation, recommend appropriate solutions, and perform the work safely and efficiently. They can also ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and standards, providing peace of mind and ensuring the safety of the occupants. Regarding specific considerations for the laundry room subpanel, firstly, determine the total load requirements of the laundry equipment, lighting, and any other devices that will be connected to the subpanel. Secondly, select a subpanel with sufficient capacity to handle the anticipated load. Thirdly, use appropriately sized conductors and overcurrent protection devices to protect the subpanel and the connected circuits. Fourthly, install GFCIs in all receptacle circuits in the laundry room to protect against electrical shocks. Fifthly, ensure that the laundry room subpanel is properly grounded in accordance with applicable codes and standards. Regarding specific considerations for the duplex receptacles, firstly, use tamper-resistant receptacles, also known as TRR, in areas where children may be present. Secondly, install off-size to provide additional protection against electrical fires. Thirdly, ensure that all receptacles are properly grounded in accordance with applicable codes and standards. Fourthly, use appropriate wiring methods and materials for the specific installation environment. Fifthly, follow all manufacturer's instructions for installation and wiring. Regarding specific considerations for the transformer, firstly, select a transformer with the appropriate kVA rating and voltage transformation ratio. Secondly, ensure that the transformer is suitable for the specific application and environment. Thirdly, install the transformer in a well-ventilated location to prevent overheating. Fourthly, use appropriately sized conductors and overcurrent protection devices to protect the transformer and the connected circuits. Fifthly, follow all manufacturer's instructions for installation and wiring. Regarding specific considerations for grounding, firstly, use a grounding electrode system that is appropriate for the specific site conditions. Secondly, ensure that all metallic enclosures and equipment are properly bonded to the grounding system. Thirdly, use appropriately sized grounding conductors. Fourthly, test the grounding system to verify that it is functioning correctly. Fifthly, follow all applicable codes and standards for grounding. Regarding specific considerations for off-size, firstly, select off-size that are appropriate for the specific circuits being protected. Secondly, install the off-size in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Thirdly, test the off-size after installation to verify that they are functioning correctly. Fourthly, educate occupants about the purpose and function of off-size. Fifthly, replace off-size if they fail to function correctly. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process. It is important to regularly inspect electrical systems, perform maintenance as needed, and educate occupants about electrical safety practices. By taking these steps, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of everyone in the building.